I'm hoping it will answer some questions and some perceptions that many of you have about the set palettes and designing a group of colors for a specific piece. And I'm gonna show you several of George Bellows' paintings. And in case you're not familiar with him, he was an American painter who lived from 1882 to 1925. He died way too young at 43 years old. But he and Robert Henry were very close friends, and Bellows really took these color theories that were kind of new at the time, but they had just simply been repackaged in a sense and put forth through Henry and his teaching in New York. And these are the things that exactly what we've been talking about in our course, and which I feel is an extremely practical way to understand color and to make it a strength in your work and bring a degree of sophistication to your work, your paintings, in just your thinking about color. And I will just simply proceed. This group of paintings are 6 from well over 100 that Bellows did during an extended period of time on Monhegan Island. And he went over there with a specific purpose to test out these color theories that Murata and Robert Henry were discussing. He was very enthusiastic. There's a whole group of painters from that era that enthusiastically embraced this color thinking and color structure. So I thought what I'd do is show you one of these pieces, and again, remember these are all from Monhegan Island, and these are all on the spot pieces. So what he was doing was taking a set palette and going out and using it on location. And this first one is Tidal Fern Woods. It's a well-known piece of Bellows, and here are his notes. These are Bellows' notes out of his notebook. He kept very specific notes on many pieces that he did, and especially these that he did on the island, where he was experimenting with this. And what I want to point out is that the triads that he's using, and I will post these within the group, because I don't expect you guys to just absorb all this from our monthly delivery and take it off and run with it. I realize you're going to have these notes to refer back to, so I will post them within the group. In this particular Fern Woods piece, he was using a 3-4-5 triad, and we talked about that. We spent I believe one whole monthly deliverable discussing the 3-4-5. And it's just another version of a standard triad, a 4-4-4 triad. And this one is often referred to as a dynamic chord, like a musical chord. And that's the purpose of the 3-4-5. And it's nothing new. It's been around for forever, since color was first thought about and how it could be equated to music. So here we are. He used a red purple, we'll say a red violet, yellow, and a blue green for this piece. And we'll go back down that we know what the palette was. And this was what he was able to do with that 3-color palette. So, pardon me, above all, I want you to all realize what kind of range you can get out of these palettes. And furthermore, and again, I will mention this as we go along in this monthly delivery, is what I would like to see you do. I'm going to throw this challenge out there for you. Is I would like to see each and every one of you pick up one of these palettes and make it. It doesn't have to be the same subject. It can be a similar subject, because oftentimes his color selection was specific to his subject, which we will see. And I hope that answers another question that someone posed a while back about how do you go about selecting the emphasis of a limited palette for a painting. Is it just kind of willy-nilly or grab it out of thin air? No, it's you design it for a specific purpose. And in this case, we can see that he knew that he was, and I have walked through these woods. I've painted on Monhegan. I've explored many of these areas that Bellows painted. Bellows is a big hero of mine. So here we have, there's his palette: red, violet, yellow, and blue green. So now we'll go to the next one. Because we've also, you've seen the questions that have arisen over, well, how do I get grays? What kind of grays can I expect? How do I get them? What do I mix to get them? Well, I thought this was a wonderful example of a foggy day piece that he did. And you can see these elegant grays that he's achieved in here. And we'll look at his palette. Again, it's a 3-4-5, but a red violet, a yellow, and a blue green. You say, well, wait a minute. That's the same palette that he used here. Aha. He's simply exploring the range that he can get between these two. These are exactly the same palette, and look at the different results. So I want you to notice these things and realize, again, the range that can be achieved with a minimum number of colors, but they're a well thought out selection of specific colors for a given subject. Now, there we go. Again, the red violet, the yellow, and the blue green. And I suspect that his blue green is going to be a viridian or a phthalo green, because they did have access at this time to a blue green. Or you could simply take like a cobalt blue and mix a little viridian into it and get a really solid blue green. But again, you can manipulate those colors to suit your purpose within that, say, for instance, this blue green range. Now we'll look at the next one here. This one is Hill and Valley. This is a different 3-4-5 that we'll look at. And you notice the beautiful range of color that he's getting here. We'll look at his palette. It is a red, a yellow green, and a blue. So, again, 3-4-5, but look, 3 colors. Look at the range. The average viewer, the layman, would assume that this was a full range palette. Well, it is. It's a full range within a very limited number of colors. And you'll notice the beautiful harmony. I've tried to find the best images that I could, and granted, there's going to be with photography and things you find online and so on and so forth. There's going to be some, it's going to be skewed one way or another. That just simply can't be helped. But never. This is still a very accurate representation of the work itself. So here we go again. Same one. Yellow, green, red, and blue, and you can plot those out on a color wheel. You'll see the 3-4-5. He was very fond of that, And there's very little evidence of just a standard triad that I've found in all of his notebooks. And I have all of his notes from this period, from several years, including the 1913 that he was on Monhegan. So now we'll go to this is just such a beautiful piece. It's one of my favorites. I'll say that often because there are a lot of his work are among my favorites. But now the title of this one is Flaming Wave, and this is a red violet, yellow orange, and blue. And if we go back to the painting, we'll see, okay, keep this in mind, red violet, yellow orange, and blue. Now you can see why the blue is necessary. It was a big part of the statement here. And plus he needed a warm to contrast his color temperature with the subject, with the sun, with the light on the spray, on the wave itself. Like in here, he knew he was going to need a warm, so it only makes sense to select a yellow orange, and is yellow orange, and the blue will definitely give him these greens in here. Touch a little red violet in there to neutralize. Just such tremendous range with this select group of colors, and there's just the implication here is that it to the viewer is this is a full range of color. He has a full palette, and you can see the beautiful neutrals that he's able to mix in these areas, strong darks. Literally black with really nice, rich, low-key values here. So now let's go to next one, The Grove. Again, this is feels like a full range palette. And you know that he's got all 12 of his basic colors out there. That 12 to 14 that mainly is what we call a working palette. But this is in fact a double complement, which we can see here: red, violet, red, orange, yellow, and blue. So his red violet against his yellow. His red violet against the yellow. It could be a neutral. That's complementary. And then his red orange against his blue. Those are complements. So he's working with a double complement and getting this feel of an entire full range palette. But again, see the harmony in there. See this exquisite harmony of color and his beautiful range of warms and cools, lights and darks, and some of these gorgeous grays that he gets down in here. And yet, you still have a sense that this is just a full-blown high chroma yellow greens in here, but very dynamic. The whole feel of it has extreme dynamism to it, as far as color is concerned, and powerful compositions. So there we go with that one, double complement. Now we'll look at this one. And this, again, here's another double complement. And I want to take note that this is red-violet against yellow-green, and it's red-orange. Red-orange here. Whoops. Kind of a scribbly little scroll there. Red, orange, and against his blue. And I would be guessing that naturally that the blue is probably like a cobalt blue, and his red orange would be a cad orange or a vermilion mixed with a cad yellow, so that he gets that red orange. And knowing full well that a red orange and a cobalt blue will make a beautiful gray. So you see, he hung on to his he likes that red violet, because we use that over here on this one. He likes his red violet. You can see it here, and his red orange blue combination, which we have here. And he just changed out this red violet to put it against a yellow green in this particular piece right here. And you can see, again, full range of color, boy, from the blues to the oranges to the warms, the cools, rich darks, just beautiful range of color and tremendous harmony. So once again, the challenge is for you all to start using these examples and coming up with your own compositions, your own subject matter. That's the reason I tried to present a broad range of subjects here, and apply them to your own work, and let's see where it goes. This is intended to be a confidence builder for you to make your decisions and to say to yourself, yes, that works. This is something that's really substantial and is a powerful tool. And I also want to add that whether you like Bellows' work or not is irrelevant. It's the purposes here are the purpose here is to show you that it works, and it's never wasted time or energy to study any of the great painters that went before us or some of the contemporaries that out there today. But I really encourage you to study those from the past. And even if you don't like their work, you can study some of the abstract expressionists, especially the early ones, because they were well grounded in classical training. They understood color theory. And to borrow their colors and make your own paintings, it's never a waste of your time or energy to do these things. This is how we learn, and I hope this is helpful to everyone. I hope this kind of lights a fire and encourages you to go further in your studies, so that you really wrap your arms around this and you make this a strength in your thinking, in your work, and in your life ahead in painting. It's really important to understand this, troops. So anyway, that's what I have to offer this time around. I hope you enjoyed it.
Hi, I'm Skip Whitcomb. I'll be conducting a mentoring course on color harmony. In over 40 years of teaching, color seems to be one of the biggest mysteries. We'll be able to spend a year together developing a reliable foundation for making harmonious color decisions. There are certain irrefutable truisms in painting. One is the fewer colors used, the stronger and more harmonious the statement. Economy of color equals clarity of intention. Respected painters, past and present, understood this concept and have employed it in one form or another. We will explore the power of a limited palette, calculating progressive sequences of 3 to 6 colors, referred to as harmonic chords, and explore how to select the best color set to serve our concept. The goal is to give each artist a reliable foundation for making color decisions, for developing personal expressions of color. Hope to see you in the course.